YouTube. Welcome to I think the first 3.0 list review we've done, actually. But you join us at a time when we're just about to head straight back into the tournament life, and we are off to Cardiff. And so we thought we'd do a little list review based on not really much knowledge and not really much actual. This is just going to be two people nattering on and things, and the other person, of course, sitting next to me, in an online metaphor kind of way, is Mr. HyperG.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I was looking at the chair next to me. It's painfully empty without you in it. But online wise, those were the good old days when we were sat next to each other, crouched around a webcam, wasn't it?
Yeah,
pre-COVID. Sharing each other's breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Amongst other things.
But unfortunately, you can't see us doing this. We are just going to be an audio with the lists on the screen, mainly just because I wanted to give you the chance to see the lists rather than have to squint.
Yes.
We made it.
Squint's a good word.
Yeah, squint. Yeah.
I like that.
But yes, word of the day, squint. Put in the comments your word of the day. But we are going to crack on with some list reviewing. We all put a caveat in. This is the first list we've looked at, so who knows if what we say is right. But these are the lists for the Cardiff Open and Welsh Championships being held. If you're seeing this when it gets released later on this weekend, the first tournament we're going to. So the videos after this are going to be our bat reps in preparation and actually at the Cardiff Open. So this is the lists and the tournament that we're going to review.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait. I mean, we're both playing in it as well, which is awesome.
Yes. Will we play each other? We don't. We haven't.
It's never happened yet, has it?
Yeah. So that'd be interesting. Always like Cardiff as a venue, so it's nice to be able to go again and see everyone. Really is the main thing. But yeah. But we'll get cracking straight into the list. Like, share, subscribe as you always do. Comment on anything we get wrong, so get ready to comment. Away we go. And to start off with is Wolchek on Empire of Sonnstahl. Not gonna lie, an army that surprisingly has been tipped as quite high quality in the UK.
It has, yes. So much so that those who are regular Empire players are saying this is our moment, aren't they? Really, which it may well be for all we know. I'm looking forward to it if it is, because I think it's safe to say that they haven't been winning tournaments for a while. I mean, there might be the odd exception, but in the UK, certainly not. And
I guess the idea comes from
looking good.
Yeah. I guess the idea comes from infantry trying to be made better. Whether they are or not is another question. And war machines certainly being made more reliable. If nothing else. I did have I'll probably go on about this quite a lot. I did have a practice game where a Cyclops was hitting me on a 2+.
Wow.
So I do think war machines have been made a little bit more powerful as well as infantry, and that is kind of Empire's bag, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, generally they're jack of all trades, aren't they? Or at least that's what they're supposed to be. But they're definitely, was it? What's the phrase? It is jack of all trades, but master of none.
Yes.
Yeah, is the end part of that phrase, whatever the first part is. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I do.
This list has got. I mean, it's got a lot of artillery. It's got 2 cannons and a volley gun, and it's got an altar and an arcane engine. So it is rocking all the Empire tools
and alchemy wizard master, which we've sort of mentioned a few times, especially yourself. Alchemy does look
I nearly
good.
took one.
Yeah, alchemy does look good.
A few weeks ago, I gave the very HyperG, so take with a pinch of salt, review of the paths that I'd used so far, and alchemy did get a 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, that was after one battle, and it had done rather well against Swordmasters, which was odd in a way, because alchemy you wouldn't necessarily think would kill elves, but now it does, as well as killing other things. And it has changed since then in the hotfix, but I think in a metal armor heavy meta or game, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I think it's not a meta. It's just a lot of metal armor out there.
Yeah.
I think alchemy looks good. Interestingly, Wojciech hasn't taken both of the missiles in his initial setup. His master has only got Quicksilver Lash, so one of the two missiles. But of course, in the rules in 3.0, you can change to the hereditary. Not only to the hereditary, but also to Molten Copper, which is any of the other spells that the wizard master could take. So he could go on missile galore if he wants to with alchemy.
It could. Which, I mean, he's very much. It won't be too dissimilar to a previous style in that he's got a big knightly order bus. He's got a big Imperial Guard, both the buff wagons, so the altar and the arcane engine. He has got 3. You know, it looks very similar. I think it plays a little bit different in that the Imperial Guard is going to be that much better. With, I mean, what they got, they're just bog standard shield and sword and shield, but they've obviously got the or are looking to get the advantage position, which really helps them out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I was trying to work out how much channel this has as well. You got a Wizard Master for channel 2.
Yeah, and he's got a Talisman of the Void on the prelate as well.
Talisman of the Void, and the Arcane Engine itself is a channel 1. So
4 is a nice number for channel, is what we're hearing.
There's at least
anyway.
4. We might. There might be another.
Yeah, there might be some hiding in there. Definitely.
But yeah.
The Scroll of Conquest is an interesting one because it's a one-time re-roll charge ranges within 6 inches, which is very, very good. So I like the looks of that on the Knight Commander. They did used to have an effect on one unit that I think could do that, but now it's changed to a scroll, which is a one-time only thing. It's a new thing for 3.0 potions and scrolls.
Definitely.
I think it's interesting. I mean, he's got 2 units of light infantry, which are halberds, and it's not all shooting. And like you say, the Imperial Guards there. But,
Imperial Guard. They do have the bodyguard and disciplined, so they're not going to be running around too much. And when they do get into combat, which seems the early take is that you get into combat quite a lot. So
I think so. It seems that way. Yeah.
So having bodyguards going to help, and obviously advantage position if they can, and probably steady and steadfast with 30 of them. So yeah. Looking strong. 3-up armor as well is always hard to get through.
I mean, as well, traditionally, the Imperial unit is always one that used to go 8 wide and benefit from attacking in 3 ranks, which is obviously not a thing anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare in the change, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, arguably, you could still. Yeah, if you go, I mean, you have 4 ranks, so you'd be steadfast from the start.
Yes, although with orders, they could go by an extra rank.
So the orders are probably a nice little thing with how the game's gone. So yeah, we really like the list. It doesn't seem too dissimilar to what you've seen in the past, but I think it works that much better.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good opening list for our review.
For sure. Next up, we have Barry on the Warriors of the Dark Gods.
Yes.
And he's gone for a 705 point Chosen Lord on a Chimera. I think he's used it before, if I'm honest. I think this is I think he uses dragons and things fairly regularly, Barry.
Sure.
So I think he's definitely got experience with flying big characters that are pretty killy. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you're taking a Chosen Lord, you can't get many points under 700 anyway, right? So it's not like he's. Well, this one is upgraded to the 9s as well, anyway. But they're not cheap to begin with, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I got all the jazz on it, and should be
looking like
decent.
What's Kingslayer nowadays?
Kingslayer, it's a similar, like as in you get more attacks and strength and stuff if you're going against. Not sure it's worded as in enemy characters anymore. Let me do a little quick search and I'll find it.
But yeah, so he's got a big Chosen Lord. He's got a light troops on foot. Yeah, thrice forged sorcerer as well. That's interesting. With Talisman of the Void, Binding Scroll. That'd be nice as well. I kind of like the Ether icon, so Magic Resistance. I think Magic Resistance is really good now because of the high casting values anyway of stuff. So I think Ether Icon is that much better for not really much points. 22 Warriors with Envy, Stalker Standard. Envy, I think, is still the multiple maximized, which I guess in this edition is even better.
It's even better because it also does command tests being
Yes,
maximized and courage
sure.
tests being minimized. So it's a double effect now.
It is anyway. 2
Whether
units
the
of warrior
points have
knight.
been corrected, I don't know yet.
Sure. Yeah. 2 units, 10 warrior knights. 1 unit, 5 warrior knights. 2 battle shrines. Obviously with all the spells and stuff. So he's rocking 7 spells. Maybe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite a
7
lot.
spells. So I do like the battle shrines actually as a unit.
Yeah, and Kingslayer, by the way, is when you're attacking a unit with an enemy character, you get +1 attack, +2 strength, and +2 AP. So yeah, it's not per character that you get, but it is if you're going against any character, you
With
get that
something
effect.
in it, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And that's,
so
I mean, Big Chosen Lord and Chimera is going to be hunting things, isn't he? He's
absolutely,
not there to per chance hit a character.
No.
He's going to be going into them, so that's
He
cool.
very much is.
So yeah, I really like it. Lots of those warrior knights, I think, are going to be some of the highlights of warriors for a bit.
Well, he's not the only army with warrior knights, is he? I think we're rocking 9 units of warrior knights, or
kind of
less, actually.
Yeah, that kind of nicely puts us onto our next one. But yeah, does. Overall, good list. I want to see how much that Chosen Lord does get into.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks good.
But as you say, warrior knights are aplenty at Cardiff this year.
Yes.
This next list with Chris Crawford choosing 3 units of 10 Lance and Pride. Lance obviously is that much better because of the +1 agility as well. No musician. Will that matter?
No.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they're there to really. When you've got 3 units of them, you're not really there to maneuver after the combat. You just throw them all into different units and kill everything. So.
Yeah, and I've seen this in a few lists that come up against me actually, or like in Loop Scouting. Musician seems to be the one you drop, obviously, because you want them to still be scoring. But out of the two, I don't know whether it'll make there'll be like subtle things you miss. So like with command checks and things.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could well. It will just be a straight 4-up, and that doesn't change because you're a warrior. I don't think.
No, you're right. Yeah, and I've just realised that I was wrong with the envy before. And I think you started saying it correctly. Envy is actually the maximised charge, isn't it? And then I started talking about pride, which is maximised courage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Minimised courage and maximised command. So seeing pride, pride is the one where you're getting minimised courage.
This is the one. Yeah.
Envy is charges, but yeah.
But yeah, metal armor is probably their only weakness. From this point of view,
well, in this meta, as we're calling it, not just alchemy. Yeah,
but I mean, the big thing is you've got the 3 units of 10 warrior knights, the 2 units of 10 chosen, which I'm very happy to see. But also 1 barbarian chief.
I know. Yeah,
it's not.
And I think Tanker was saying in the chat, wasn't he, that points for points. I mean, it's got a few upgrades on top of this as well, but points for points, it's very cheap for what you can get.
Yeah.
Just if you take off the trophy rack and the talisman of shielding, I think he said it's 180 points, which is insane for what you get for very few upgrades. So, yeah, really cool.
It's 1-up 4 attacks, I want to say.
Yes, 4 attacks. Yeah, a whole load of rerolls on the.
Is that 4 with the paired weapons?
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, I think Tank said 4. Yeah, because it's only the barbarian as opposed to a proper warrior.
Yeah,
proper warrior.
But yeah,
I mean, this kind of list. And we've mentioned Tanker a few times in this, and we'll obviously touch on it later. But Tanker is taking exactly the same list, so clearly this list has got some legs to it for 2 people to like it.
I mean, if you don't have alchemy, good luck. I think is the thing.
And even if you do have alchemy, you get through 3 units of warrior knights, so you got 20 chosen standing behind them. So not great.
Yeah,
Res 5 chosen as well.
Absolutely. Because it's sloth. On to the next army, and it is Darren on the Empire again. So again, another 2 Empire, 2 warriors to start off with.
I mean, it seems like we're going Empire, Warriors, Empire here, but we're actually going in order of new recruit login, which is the way the PDF is arranged. So that's why we're going this rather than army by army. And then Empire for Darren. I mean, Darren knows Empire, has played them
He does. Played it a long time.
quite a lot. Yeah.
He's got another thing to see is the big unit of Imperial Guard. He's got different war machines, which is cool to see.
Yeah,
and he's gone the writer route.
So he has
3 times quick.
Yeah, with repeater guns. Well, 10 of them have got repeater guns. Yeah, I mean, interestingly, they're both taking one artificer as well, which is cool because they've got different rules, like engineer effect in 3.0, which I think is interesting. I mean, I haven't studied the Empire book or even the Dwarfs for that matter.
Yeah. So what's
the
long rifle? Is that like a sniper?
You'd imagine so. Yeah. I don't know whether they can do that effect and shoot. Possibly both. I don't know if it's standard.
Aim 2+, 36-inch range, strength 5, AP 3, multiple wounds 2 for anything toward height 0 to 2, but is unwieldy.
Yeah, so it is a sniper rifle effectively, which everyone loves a sniper rifle, right?
Yeah, I guess
except the person being shot. But
yeah, you still wouldn't be able to pick things out, would you?
No reason why you would. No, unless it's a different height or whatnot.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, Divination Master, which is nice. Alchemy Adept, which is still pretty good for everything you get.
Three spells on an Adept is very cool.
Yeah, it does look like he's gone for a buff Alchemy, though.
It does.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you can switch one out. Yeah, but although he could never switch out for Quicksilver because he's an Adept.
It could only have molten.
But he can get Molten Copper, which is still very respectable. Yeah, as we know.
But yeah, 2 marshals, 1 general, 1 BSB, and then the light infantry show.
Yeah, it's good to see a few units of light infantry coming up because I mean that was the same in our earlier list. Another unit of like 30 Imperial Guard appearing again. These ones have got great weapon though, so it'll be interesting to see if those two actually are these two playing each other in the first round.
Quite possibly.
I do remember there being an Empire off when we did our draw, actually.
Yeah,
but I can't remember. It's these. I think it's only those two. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, there is another Empire list, isn't there? There's an Empire cavalry army. But still, really cool, And like you say, Reuters in this one, and you personally have a bit of a grudge with them, don't you? So.
I like them though as well. I would always take them.
Yes, so, I think so.
And I would always hate going against them. So I think they're very good. So well, yeah. But Darren, obviously previous ex-England with myself, so good to see him again, and good luck, sir. On to the next one, and I mean heavily badly formatted. Come on, new. But it is my opponent and. A people's champion of Ninth Age, David.
Oh, you gotta love him.
On the Infernal Dwarves, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, usually we'd see him rocking the Asklanders, wouldn't we? Which obviously can't be done currently in 3.0.
Yes.
But I don't doubt that this will be a very beautiful army. There's a lot of good painters out there, but Dawid is
multiple. Yeah, he wins multiple awards every year.
Absolutely. Like you could just lose days just looking at his models. So really cool. I mean, this is an interesting one as well because you have got the Lamassu scholar, and that model. I mean, I don't know whether you'll get a chance to read it, but you probably should. Has had many iterations over the last few years. Yeah. I couldn't even begin to guess what it does right now, but it should be good fun. And,
well, it's got the 3 spells, so it's looking at Hand of Glory, Dragon's Roar, and Curse of Nezbidbesh.
The
tablet of Espesh, I'm not sure about.
No. Yeah, I mean, like you say, Infernal Dwarves is one of those armies that you haven't really had much of a chance to play against, and you've always felt a little bit a rabbit in headlights against them.
I do. But I'm very much excited to play David and anything. The tablet, out of interest, you treat 1s and 2s as 3s.
Yes. Okay.
Which is nice.
Cool. I think they did some. They had something that previously did that, so that might not necessarily be new.
Yeah. Has he got big unit blunderbusses? He does. So the blunderbusses are the big ones here.
the Prophet has the Infernal Bastion, which I was trying to work out why the Prophet was so expensive, and that'll be why. Because he's on a Bastion.
So yeah, they've been touted as very, very good at points. So yeah, that'll be nice. A good like shooting. Still got the Disciples of Luger. Still got 3 chariots and an Infernal engine. So lots in this list to count with, and I think it's gonna do very well. I think I mentioned it on the live draw. I do think ID and Jake are gonna do very well. So actually, I think David's gonna do pretty well at this tournament.
Interesting to see he's got a flaming standard as well. In a quick scan, I didn't see many flaming standards, but that was only a quick scan, so it'll be interesting to see how many people have gone for it, because it's not one turn only now. Flaming standard,
another person with alchemy as well.
Yes,
is shaping up. But yeah, it's definitely a favourite. Looking forward to it, David, and a nice list. And as you say, it's going to be an amazing one to look at. So I'm really looking forward to the battle. Moving on, we've got T.O. Rob Cousins, and I wouldn't think too much about this list in terms of tactics and things, as he is literally this is the closest thing he could do to his army in the box.
Yes, he's already given away his tactics, which is shove it down your throat.
Yeah. Or it's
don't expect much else.
Massive bluff, and he really is.
He's going to outmaneuver everyone.
Yeah,
with those wrecking teams.
Wrecking teams.
They definitely won't be coming right for you.
Yeah, an Iron Orc Chariot Giant, 13 Marauders, a big unit of Iron Orcs, 2 big units Ferals, and a big unit of Feral Marauders. It's got lots. It is lots of things that are going to be running at you. It's going to be
I mean, I think I played Rob at Cardiff last year. Had a really good fun battle. It was awesome, and he played a similar list to this. The only difference being that now he's got Marauders as well. I'm not sure what he's taken out. He must have taken something out. But the big unit of Iron Orcs with characters left, right, and centre. I mean, the difference for Orcs and 3.0 generally is now you can't have the triple -1 to wound. Which I think
so magic
you could do previously.
Yeah, there's not as much redundancy in the magic, is there?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, what kind of combos they can get. But I think at the end of the day, Marauders are still very good.
He's still channel 3 as well. What's Distortion Emblem?
Distortion Emblem is the -2, hard target 2 on the unit at some point. I'm not sure if it's first turn or at some point. I think it's 1 use only. You declare it and you get hard target 2. So potentially avoid some shooty lists. If you're running into a volley gun, for example, that might be a good time to pop it. I'm not going to give out advice in this list review. For goodness sake, don't listen to that. This is very much just going through our thoughts. But I believe that's what Distortion Emblem is, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, Iron Orc Chariots are amazing. I cannot believe how good they are, and I really need to paint another chariot for my Orcs and Goblins because they are so good. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah. Moving on then. So good luck, Rob. Moving on, and this is a list that I quite like the look, but I've gone on record of saying it doesn't have much. Now,
I mean, Ed will love that. He will love that.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some Mammoth Hunters. Yeah, he's got a Rock. But what does he really have? What else does he have?
2 Rock Orcs, I mean, 4 hunting spears is all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, arguably the 4 Tusker Cav Great Weapons with Stalk Standard is a unit to think about, but still. I mean, come on.
It's just saber-tooths and scraplings, really. Yeah, I mean,
it is
interesting that Yetis have gone back in there. I'm really intrigued by Ed's thoughts. I want to just talk to him about Yetis because they haven't been seen in many years.
Sure.
What's Ed seen there? That's the equivalent of what's he seen.
What's he seen?
What's he seen there? Keepers off his line.
Touch of Frost might be a thing.
Well, it is. It is a thing, but it's nothing new.
Mammoth Hunters can go in it.
Yeah, no, true. Can they all go in it? I mean, that would be cool if they could.
I don't see why not. But I mean, one's on a rock as well, by the way.
He can't go with the Yetis.
So he can't. He's out.
No, we're certain about that.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I mean, absolutely. no, I mean, I'm definitely going to eat my words if I come against this. I think it will smash
Too
me.
right.
But really interesting to see it. How this
To be
gets
fair,
on.
20 scraplings for 155 points with bow. Chip away some wounds. That's not a bad price for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah. And they're all
cool.
scoring, so they might pick up cause a bit of problems.
Yeah, and Ed's Mr. Ninth Age. He knows his stuff,
Isn't he? He does know his stuff.
Good luck, Ed. Not that he needs it.
Yeah.
Another Empire player next in the form of Elliot Fromont.
That was perfect.
I believe
perfect.
I'm just imitating
exactly
him.
how it said. Yeah.
He says, "I am Elliot Fromont."
Does he now? Okay.
He does. Yes, that's how he talks.
Okay. Well, we've got another binding scroll here. Is that two? Two for the tournament?
2 binding scrolls, yeah. I mean, but arguably a very different list in terms of an Empire.
It is different.
We've got it's a mounted list.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's all mounted, actually, isn't it? Every single model.
2 huge units of Knights of the Sun Griffin. One with silver standard, one without. We've got the distortion emblem on the knightly order, the big knightly orders as well. So I mean, it's all there.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, does Elliot actually use his vampire models for this army? Just in saying,
I can imagine not. I think he's been painting. He put a few on the group, and they looked. He's a very good painter. I think he's very modest as well. So I'm excited to see his list. I think it will have taken a lot of time and effort over it.
Yeah.
I think he has been Empire. I think even was a. Did he take Empire? I think he took Empire to ETC actually.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
because Proxy was VC. No, I'm talking rubbish. But there's a chance he took Empire anyway to ETC. Yeah. So, but yeah, he has played Empire. He's not just VC. Obviously, we're used to him from the Masters playing VC. But yeah, he loves his cav. This guy. That seems to
be. He's also not messing about with the magic missiles. He's got 4 already listed. So that's pretty nice. And do Empires still have the option of stealing a spell from their opposition? I don't know if they do or not. As part of their hereditary, is that still a thing?
Not sure. I don't think so.
So the hereditary because they don't have a hereditary, do they? Or
no, it's not by.
Yeah, liberal magics. Choose a path of magic from the ones available to it other than its own chosen path. Gains the apprentice spell from that path. No, probably not. Yeah, I was just thinking there might be more missiles, but
they don't look like
now there's 4 missiles there. So
yeah, they don't look like they have any items that would allow that either. But yeah, Lance obviously is going to be really good on those 4 units because of the +1 agility as well added as normal. So yeah, I think he'll do very well. I do like Lance. Seems to be one of the improvements for 3.0, and I'm excited to see this list. And the Light of Sonnstahl as well.
Well, always, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah, nice to see. Good luck, Elliot. Next one, Mr. Ali Parran, Mr. Master. On
Mr. Orcs and Goblins, he should be.
Mr. Orcs and Goblins, yeah. What? Ogre Khans. 2 Rocker Rocks. In there at the bottom.
Must be a mistake, right?
It's a mistake.
Mistake, yeah.
Mistake.
Yeah, he's got a few characters in there. Nice to see ogres with a few characters rather than just the 2.
So I think one of the biggest things is we've been talking that there is no Death Star anymore. Well, Ali's really tried to put in a Death Star.
I think there's a few Death Stars still around. I think this is a load of crap that people are saying that the 600-point cap means no Death Star. I think these 600-point units are still Death Stars, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't know. There was a bit of chat as well that Ali was a part of that was saying that the 600 cap affected ogres the most
badly. Yeah, John.
So I don't know whether this is a try it out and see sort of list as well.
Maybe
those 9 bruisers are. I mean, it's either going to be the 9 bruisers or the 9 tribesmen, but I have a feeling it's the bruisers that are going to have all the characters in as well.
You've got the option of doing either.
Yeah. What is Liger's also done nowadays?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's similar to what it was, but it's interesting. I think Ali has basically just gone. one of every character for the ogres.
Yeah,
Really,
sure.
he's literally got one of each,
Yeah.
which is cool. Try them all out, see what happens.
Yeah.
But Liger's Tongue is now afflict, which is a new 3.0 rule, which is really cool. Which means you inflict
-2
on your
offensive.
opponent, basically. -2 offensive, yeah, which is what it was in the most recent version, or a similar thing. I can't remember exactly. But it's no longer reducing attacks on opponent models anyway. It hasn't been that for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
And all the same
rock
sorts of
or
tricks
again.
Yeah, same sorts of tricks with ogre. So you got the reroll in natural to hit and to wounds of 1. With the what item does that? I sort of just read it.
Banner of Gainget.
Banner of Gainget.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, yeah.
That one doesn't reroll armor saves of 1 anymore. So that one has been nerfed, but it is cheaper.
Yeah.
So
okay, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
only slightly cheaper though.
Looks
I
like.
Also, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, looks like channel 1.
Oh, okay.
I can't see any other channel in there unless I'm mistaken. As well, so that's probably one of the weakest magic ones so far, actually.
Yeah, I'm just thinking Heart Ripper. No, that's not channel. Yeah, no, I think you might be
well,
right.
I say that apart from obviously Chris's list that has a barbarian chief.
No magic. Yes, indeed.
So so there are others that have it less, but yeah.
I'm interested to see 40 scraplings as well. That's like maximizing your old ranks, and they'll probably go 5 wide. So they'll be looking for some advantaged attacks, being steadfast, won't they?
Yes.
And with spear, that could be a problem for some swift stride units. So beware charging that.
But yeah.
Even though they're scraplings, they're still stab you in the eye.
So we'll see how the ogres get on. Good luck to the master. Of course, doesn't need it. He's the master.
Indeed.
And on to the next one. Paul Godbold's Highborn Elf list. And quite like it. Obviously.
You quite like it? Why do you quite like it?
Yeah. So, I mean, there are
Have you been comparing notes?
Yes, no, I haven't actually. So I was as surprised as anyone to see Paul taking this list. I quite like it, but I think it has come from how good the high elf magic is, and thing as well, especially with the initiates being. I'm surprised there's not 2. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised there's not 2 initiates here because initiates.
Yeah, I mean, you said that they always should be taken.
Yeah,
because they're so good. But there you go.
But he does have
shun you.
Yeah, I quite like the character setup in that he's got a BSB, a ancient prince, and a Sliver of the Blazing Dawn prince. Master of Culinary Tower, so he's got some spells as well. It's a good setup for him. He's not got much in the way of save. I think it's looking at 5 up, 3 up armor.
Okay.
And that's it. So for a combat character, but they will have buffs and everything. So there's that. But yeah, interesting to see how it gets on. The other difference from his point of view is cool. Obviously gone with big lances, which is great. But he's taken the spears over any sort of sea guard and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, and 2 sky sloops, which I don't think
2 sky sloops. As you'll see, I won't have.
Do you want to know an interesting fact about Paul's list?
Yes.
He's got the 2nd most expensive character in the tournament. Do you want to know who's got the 1st most expensive?
I already know.
Most expensive unit, in fact. We'll get to it later.
We will.
Yeah. 885, that's a bargain.
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely.
I mean, who would pay more than 885 points for a unit? I mean, crazy money.
Some idiot. And speaking of idiots, the next list is Saurian Ancients by ours truly, Mr. HyperG.
Yeah. Only Saurian. I thought there might be a few more people who
there was a bit of chat, wasn't there? But I guess no range is the big surprise here.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some javelins on the hunter unit, but certainly not really what you're picking them for. And I up until I think Saturday morning, and the list submission was Saturday evening. I did have an Anorak with Alchemy Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people, and a lot of people are happy when they've got one. But I took him out because I was spending 700 points on my Anorak, and I just decided it wasn't worth putting that much into Magic. So I kind of switched him out for 2 units of Tegu Mystics, which are units that I've always loved. I've always loved Mystics, and I think they're decent. So I thought I'd give them a try and save some points in doing so, because they almost, I mean, not exactly, obviously, because they're not alchemy, but they kind of even out the Magic score, same amount of channel between them. And yeah, just rocking a couple of Cowboys, which have got a bit of discussion points over the last few weeks as well. So they'll be good fun. Yeah, Raptor unit, which I think has had some buffs from 3.0.
Yeah.
So looking forward to see how it turns out, really.
Yeah, and it's a lot of stuff in the list. It's going to be quite a big. I quite like it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'm never expecting to do overly well, but I'm just just excited for the tournament and looking forward. I mean, I'm drawing against Ollie, which is cool. Good first round with the Beast Herds. We'll get to his list a bit later. And yeah, it should be good fun. Yeah, can't wait.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. Just one last point. I have not gone with a unit very close to 600 points in terms of the whole. There is an objective that is all about getting your most expensive unit to the center of the table, and I went with a very different approach and had 3 units worth around 400 points. Intentionally. So it's not something I missed a trick. I've just gone with a different tact, and I don't think many people have gone with without any units over 500 or under 500 sort of thing. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah. Moving on to Jake, and he has a unit of 595, so very close. Blunderbusses.
Indeed. I did quickly check before I said that. The next list wasn't.
Immediately.
595. Immediately disproved my theory.
Yeah, and I will say, Jake is going into this tournament confident.
Heavy favourite. Did you say confident? I mean, he's very happy to be Wizard Master Alchemy. Not the only one, as we've seen, but and he's already got Quicksilver Lash listed, which means he can swap one of his other spells for Molten Copper if he wants to. But even if he doesn't, Corruption of Tin, Living Steel, Word of Iron, very good spells is what I think anyway from Alchemy. In the hands of ID, very dangerous. And he's backing it up with a Pyro Adept as well. So
and a huge unit of Blunderbusses there as well.
Yeah, with a Bastion, I imagine. Is there a Bastion somewhere?
I can't see the Bastion. I don't know whether I'm being silly.
No, maybe not, but I don't think they necessarily need it.
No.
So.
But I mean, he does have a Titan Mortar, Infernal Engine, 2 Slingshots, a Rocket Battery, gun attacker with it, 6 Incarnates as well.
And 30 bows.
30 bows, 23 Disciples of Luga. It seems like he's got a lot in there.
And you can guarantee that if there is anything good to find, Jake will have spent the time finding it.
Yeah.
So, not the man who is likely to be unprepared.
A very good player, and normally I would say quite modest, but I think he's realised. I think he's trying to put his money where the mouth is this time around, and I think he's sensing blood.
Maybe.
Yeah,
could be.
Nonetheless, a very good chap. I want to see how he's if he's done much painting as well, and because it's always nice to see his list evolve over time, and his army evolve over time, and how much effort he's put into. Yeah, looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing him as well. Like everybody else.
Yeah, definitely.
On to the next one. Orcs and Goblins. Joseph Thompson. Double Wyvern, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the Orcs and Goblins WhatsApp group, and the Wyvern is definitely something that Joe likes a lot. He and Ali have both tried Wyverns on various lists over the new Orc and Goblin book through its iterations. I don't know how much it's changed for 3.0, but it's definitely still a worthy consideration. Interesting to see Shamans on it as opposed to Warlords.
Well, he's got the Warlord on it and a chariot with all the gubbins. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Seeing Kingslayer come up there again.
not without fighters as well. So I think they sort of like double up the Orc Shamers though. They're not just your pansy ass wizard, are they?
No, they're certainly not. No, they're definitely not. They're very good. A decent bit of channel in this list as well. So,
Mm.
so yeah, he's got the
Yeah,
three channel.
lots of speed as well. 3 banners of speed on
Yeah,
the core units. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Quite
Joe's
quick
also
in your face.
like he gets a lot of practice in, so you know that there's always a reason for everything Joe's doing, and it's because
Yeah,
he's practiced with it and seen what works and what doesn't. And yeah, I expect Joe to do well generally in
yeah.
3.0, let alone this tournament. So I'd be interested to see how he gets on. I mean, not only for the fact that he gave us both a drubbing at the last
Oh, yeah.
tournament that he played us in, didn't he? So
Absolutely smashed us both. Game 4, game
yeah,
5.
one
We
after the other.
skyrocketed him to the top
Yeah,
10.
we definitely did. Yeah, you're welcome, Joe.
But yeah.
But yeah, there will be revenge for that at some point. But with this list, maybe not just yet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We
that time on that one.
reserve the right to say when the revenge is coming. But yeah.
Yeah, if you could take a weaker list, then we'll be.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And on to the most expensive unit in the game.
Yes.
The
Did you know that before
Well,
I pointed it out or not?
no, I
You
didn't
must
know
have
it was the most
suspected it.
expensive. But when you said that
Mhm.
it was more expensive than that, I knew my guy was maxed out. So
Yeah.
my High Prince Queen's Cavalier on the Ancient Dragon is rocking 900 points, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ancient Dragon, let's do this.
That's incredible.
Lots of chat. Me and you have had lots of chat before about whether
Yeah.
he is worth it. I want to see if I can get him going. He did have a few extra wounds since the hotfix, so he's got 9 wounds, which is really good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we shall see. We shall see.
He's going to need
Otherwise, yeah, he is. Otherwise, I've gone for pretty shooty, actually. I do have a unit of
Okay.
Highborn Lancers and a Lion Chariot for a bit of combat support. But
Yeah.
otherwise, with a Queen's Companion in 18 Queen's Guard, 2 Initiates of the Fiery Heart, because I just think they're amazing. Sea Guarding Corps, who they are automatically quick to fire, and the Queen's Guard being accurate now because of the BSB in there. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to play it. I think it'd be quite interesting. I think it's strong from range, but as we've heard, there is a lot of getting into combat. So whether or not it's good enough, I have a unit of 524 points, so that's kind of close-ish, not the closest, but yeah, we'll see if that works. It is a unit of paper thin lancers though, so we'll see if that's really what I want to be put in the middle of the board. We'll see.
Yeah,
But,
I've only just really noticed it. I don't know about Paul's list. There's no Canreg Tower in here.
Not in me. Yeah, he does.
Has he got one still?
Paul does.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I went for a adept divination with the book. This is. I mean, there was a list posted by Craig, which is fairly close, but I've added in the Lancers, the Chariot, and the Queen's Guard, so it ended up being quite dissimilar.
Very cool.
Yeah, exactly, right. But yeah, so yeah, I think with I've got lots of movement and stuff. We'll see if it's any good. Probably not.
Yeah,
we'll have a bit of fun playing it for sure.
Yeah. Because I was looking at your wizard, your mage, and looking to see if you could get the druidism spell to heal your ancient dragon up. But then I saw no Kenrig Tower, which I think is a thing with Kenrig Tower potentially. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's fortitude actually, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it in depth. But anyway, speaking of depth. Now, next one is Matt Peris.
Depth in character, absolutely.
Matty P, Warriors of the Dark Gods, but not the all mounted list or anything like that. But it's a nice one. Double chosen board.
Look at that. There are 5 units worth more than 568 points.
Yeah,
that's incredible. I love that. And I'm not even looking at the content.
I'm really interested in the 10 flayers actually as well. Normally chaff, but he's with skinning lash and light lance actually might do some damage to some units.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Chosen Knights. They're the only Chosen Knights in the tournament, I think.
Yeah,
Which
quite
is
possibly.
quite rare to see. They were a mainstay in 2.0, weren't
Yeah.
they?
I mean, 5 with Lance and Pride and no standard, so not scoring, which is the
No.
interesting thing, is 600
Yeah.
points. That's they are very expensive.
Yes. Yeah.
For what they
Yeah,
are.
I mean, maybe that's why. But
yeah, potentially. The giant can go in the barbarians, I think, with the war spear. I think that gives him the ability to go in. I don't know what sheltering standard is. I don't know whether that's a warrior's thing or not.
No, I think that's a rulebook thing. I'll quickly have a look. You carry on.
So that would be cool.
But,
But yeah, he's got 2 big chosen lords. One on the Scythe Skywheel, which I saw very briefly in one of my previous battles.
yeah, I saw that. I saw he had that and thought, well, isn't that a demon thing? But no, apparently it's in the Warriors book. So yeah. Sheltering standard, by the way, attacks with AP 3 or less can never reduce the armor save roll of the bearer's unit to worse than a 6 up.
Cool.
So
that's
interesting.
Nice. 6 up. Well, they're only going to have 5 up or 6 up, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Rooting you on Matty P, especially with the 2 chosen lords. I want to see if as always has been. Do the chosen lords get them money? It's not whether they're worth it, because they are. It's just whether or not they're getting their money back. And so can he do that? And that's always going to be Dark Prelate, which is nice on one of them. I don't know whether does Dark Prelate give you channel as well. That would be interesting if it does. On one of the chosen lords, Dark Prelate gives you it bound spells, 2 bound spells now.
Okay.
So no is the answer to that. So he's working channel 2, channel 3 with Talons of Void. Yeah, be very cool. But yeah, again, another. I swear we say this about every other person as well, but his unit's going to look amazing.
Absolutely.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing him spending the night, having a few beer skis, and just cracking on. Be lovely. And speaking of lovely people.
Yes.
Rory is next with Kingdom of Equitaine, which is nice to see him back on that.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, when I see a Kingdom of Equitaine list, I always know I'm going to have to start reading because there's so much synergy in what they can do.
Yeah,
loads of things that just don't seem to stick in my brain. But stick in my brain, Rory does because he's so wonderful. Still haven't got to play against him, so I'm hoping this might be the tournament.
Yeah,
it means I have to read Equitaine in order to play him, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, you may have that. So that in terms of the army, but he is a lovely player to play as well. So that'd be nice. Quite a decent amount of channel it looks like as well. So he's got the folk hero and Talisman of the Void. He's got the damsel adept. I think there's
the Fey Knights got channel.
Don't know. I think
these days.
Sorry,
I'll have a look. Are they conclaves? The Fey Knights? Or one of them?
The Fey Knights are.
I'll have a look. I'm just looking now. Oh, they're not. Okay, fair enough.
So he's got Champion of the Green Knight, which gives Bastard Sword, Stubborn, and counts as a character for the purpose.
Oh
of
yeah,
duels.
I was getting confused.
That actually might be
Lady Sport, yeah.
Yeah, that being counting as characters for the purpose of duels might actually be
quite
buff.
Rare.
Yeah, for 3.0, that might be a subtle thing, especially with Stubborn as well. So which I think now halves the combat res.
Sure.
Rather than just making test on courage, I think. The Chosen of the Snow Child gives you, when performing standard melee attacks, the Fey Rider gains +1 attack for each enemy model in contact with it. Oh yeah, so it goes immediately from like 4 attacks. How much is that? 4 attacks to like 9, which is just insane.
If you place it right, yeah.
And also ignore parry. So there you go. So it's got an arguably fighty one and a champion one, which is cool.
This has got a bit of everything, this list, hasn't it? Because it's got some shooting, it's got a decent amount of combat, it's got magic. Yeah, it's got a bit of everything, hasn't it?
We've had a chat. We've had a chat, me and Rory, before about Scorpions versus Trebs, and obviously I'm in the complete opposite camp as him.
Yes,
I love the Trebs. Trebs are the way forward.
you
But
do. You
he
don't
is
even
like,
read the rules. You just
no,
automatically love them.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's irrelevant. Trebs are
Yeah.
better. Which is probably why he's taking the
Yeah, two
Scorpions,
scorpions.
because he has read the rules of that. But
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, really interesting to see how the KOE get on. Units of Knights Realm and Knights of Quest as well.
Yeah. A
No
lot of
pegs.
quest nights.
Maybe pegs have been
Mm.
brought down a peg.
Yeah, nicely done. Yep.
Um,
I mean, could be,
but
but
yeah,
I think Equitaine has still got plenty of tools to play with. So
yes,
yeah, really
absolutely.
cool.
Moving on to your opponent.
Oh, he's got witchcraft. Sorry, I just saw witchcraft on Rory's list. I don't
I'm
think we've
Rory.
seen witchcraft a lot, considering.
Yeah, that might be the
Um,
first one. So it's me very stopping you doing
Shenanigans.
things. Yeah,
Mm.
shenanigans. As well.
Sorry, yeah, just spotted that at the last minute. Cool. But yes, Ollie, my opponent, next list. Good old Riddles, one of my favourite usernames. Riddles, and he's playing Beast Herds. So
He is.
this will be an interesting one. The only Beast Herd player, which is quite surprising actually, because I thought there'd been quite a lot of chat about them.
Well, with the
Being quite good.
Centaurs being the
Centaurs, the
crux of
best
the
unit in
matter.
the game,
I
apparently.
mean, no unit over 500 though. So that
So
is
we're drawn against each other in that sense.
yeah, potentially going to struggle objective wise. Is our initial impression.
with
Anyway.
one of the rounds at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
with one of the rounds.
But two
Not this
Jabberwocks, a
round.
giant, two big units of Centaurs with lances. Obviously, the lances have been improved. One with some totems. Two soothsayers. One with
Yeah.
the Rain Agur brew, which is minus one to hit from shooting attacks, and one with Talisman of Void for an extra channel.
Yeah.
So he's rocking channel 3, I want to say. Yep.
I
don't
so.
think the totems on the musician give you anything. He's got a greater totem bearer. He's got a beast lord with crown of thorns, so he's going to be auto passing that command check now, which is an interesting change for beast lord. Probably one of the ones that are going to be using command check the most with the Primal Fury.
And also, it combines really well with Battle Line Hero, which is one of the few people who's taken one from the seasons back.
18-inch.
Which is 18-inch commanding presence, which is links to Crown of Horns, because it means that everything within 18 inches is passing their Primal Fury. So pretty much the army, or at least where it matters, is going to be re-rolling to hit, which is obviously very strong.
And Ollie, obviously, traveling to many a system and destroying chumps. So he's just looking forward to the chance.
It's an easy one. It's an easy one for him to begin with.
Destroy some 9th Age chumps here
Definitely,
in arguably his hometown. So yeah,
arguably, yeah, indeed.
But yeah, Wales, Wales captain representing Wales in Wales. He's got to be one for the podium, surely.
2 Jabberwocks, good to see them. I've not seen Jabberwocks in a long time.
Yes.
So no idea what they do. I'll find out on Saturday.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The breath weapon flyer dudes, they are. Nice. But yeah, good luck to Ollie, and looking forward to seeing you there. Simon, with the Dwarven holds, this is a double unit of Hold Guardians.
They look good.
He's always used them before, but to have doubles is nice. Big unit, Deep Watch as well. Infantry obviously improved, so having a unit of Deep Watch and Grey Beards, really going to help. Grudge Busters and Forge Wardens for a bit of range as well.
Yeah.
Not all, and obviously the Clan Marksman. So an all-rounded list, really. Lots of infantry, the whole Guardians I'm interested in. I am interested in them.
Yeah, I mean, Simon uses Grudge Busters very well. I was on the wrong end of some Grudge Busters in my last battle with him, and thought he played them really well. Like you say, there is a decent amount of range there. Interesting to see his characters have both got guild-crafted handguns, which suggests they're going with the marksman, which is a cool thing to see. I mean, obviously Simon can absolutely prove me wrong by deploying them in other units. yeah, I like, they sort of stuck out to me when I saw the list.
Yeah. But no,
and-
very solid. And see if the dwarves have improved somewhat in 3.0. So good luck, Simon. Over to have we seen this list before?
Yeah, we've already been through this one. Don't just skip this one. It's
Yeah.
just a typo on the name.
Some
Surely it should be
randomer
scroll
is
up this
taking the
list.
same list as Chris.
What? Unbelievable.
Thief. But yeah, I mean, we've seen the Warrior Knights, the Chosen. So two
Is this
at
less
least...
Warrior Knights than you can take? Because I'm a bit disappointed if Tanker hasn't maxed out.
No, it's 10 is the max. Obviously,
What,
there's
units?
no. I don't know about multiple units. No, you can definitely get 4. Surely.
I thought you could have 4.
Max 5 units
I am
per
disappointed.
Army.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
he could have swapped those Chosen for more Warrior Knights, and why
with
didn't
points
he?
to spare. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess the 600 point units are the thing there.
Yeah, with the points left over, you wouldn't have got a warrior unit. So,
but yeah, no. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units over 555 points as well. Going to do really good in some of the objectives, and I mean, it's a good list. It's one of the yeah. I guess it's one of the things that has come up in that you don't need many characters and stuff. You could kind of do something similar before, but this is a min-max list for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really mention it with Chris, did we? That it has no magic. This one obviously has no magic either. But they're just going to hit you really hard, whether they've got magic or not. So
they don't care. They'll lose some body. It is. I mean, it's a very Warriors themed list, and it does what it does. They don't care. They're just going to try and kill you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's less than 100 HP combined.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. I mean, that might be slightly wrong. I haven't got my maths exactly right there, but it is really, really cool. So it's more than 100 HP. I just added it up.
So
only just.
Yeah, that's it. And Tanker being the guy he is, he'll treat you nice while he bends you over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But no, it's the big question is who will do better with it? Will it be Tanker or will it be Chris? So good luck to both of you in that quest for dominance. And speaking of dominance, Owen Highborn is taking the Dread Elves.
Yeah. I mean, Dread Elves are the kind of race who can laugh at you while they're killing you.
Yeah.
And this is a bit of a chariot list. I mean, I think you probably quite like it a lot. But then also I would quite like it because it's got Temple Militants.
It has.
Temple Militants back in town. I mean, I'm disappointed they haven't got a Rending Banner because that was the whole thing about them. They need the Rending Banner to function. And now the Rending Banner's back and Owen's not taking it with them. But I think there was some discussion about them having a buff in another sense. And I haven't looked at Militants for so long that I can't remember what was said. But I'm just delighted to see that they're in there. And with the Temple Exarch as well is really interesting.
So, and I mean, infantry, I mean, arguably they've got a bit of a buff because of infantry, if nothing else. So they afflict still the -2 defensive to people. What's Dire Warfare is on them as well. That's a thing.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think the afflict is actually a really good thing for them.
Yeah.
But
reroll charge roll, so it's getting into combat pretty reliably.
I mean, I'm interested to see how Owen will play them. Actually, will he play them wide, and to get more attacks in, or will he go for the steadfast for the advantage position thing?
Yeah.
Because they're obviously going to be high agility, so they're pretty much guaranteeing steadfast if they do go 5 wide and attacking first. But then really, really cool. We've got another Dread Elf list to look at in a minute, but 6 Thunderpack. Thunderpack weren't really around in 2.0, despite the fact that they were one of the new Dread Elf units. And I'm intrigued to see how they've become popular because, like I say, he's not the only one who's picked Thunderpack in a Dread Elf list. I mean, I could be out of date by saying
I guess that comes with the second rank getting 3 attacks, right? Because they're height 3.
Oh, unrestricted attacks. Yeah, I guess so.
So hatred,
Yeah.
+1 AP and terror on the devastating charge, so terroring things off.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be an interesting unit for sure. But
Yeah, and
and
four
all the
chariots
chariots
as
and repeated battery. So yeah, good luck, Owen. There.
Manticore.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
cool.
Just
He's got all the cool stuff. He's just got the cool stuff.
It's
I
very
like
cool.
it. Yeah.
Good luck, Owen. The next Dread Elf list as well. We've got 2 and 2. Double Thunder Packs here.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Obviously, this has seen something here, and this is our second. Oh no, actually, Owen had witchcraft as well, but James has got it too. Rooty.
Yeah.
So
I mean, where have the Judicators gone, Rudy?
I know. Like they must be very, very peeved by this drop from Stardom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an MSU core going on, which is cool. But only with one character is really interesting to see. It's a completely different list to how Aaron's gone with, really.
Well, the Dread Acolytes are they the ones Temple Acolytes?
The conclaves. Yeah, they'll be conclaves.
I don't think they are because they're Temple Acolytes rather than War Acolytes. So they are Artistry of Death, paired weapons, and the Temple, whatever that is. But there'll be some Ironwood special rules there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 2 units of them. As you say, the repeat batteries is very MSU.
It's got 3 repeat batteries as well.
Is it a single Gorgon?
Gorgons plural. I don't know actually how many are in the unit.
It is 1. It's only 1 for 150.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so you'll see how he uses MSU rather than no unit over 500. So
no,
this is the only thing we're tipping is that if you've got a unit over 500, you do better at the objectives. That's the only thing.
You're either playing Death Star or you're not. Basically, it's a fine line.
And speaking of fine margins,
and Death Stars,
Tony Hale, the Mr. Dean Legions. This is a list very similar to the one that I played against rather than you played against.
Yes, indeed. And, Tony going in with 2 battles, 1 against you, 1 against me, makes him one of the most experienced 3.0 players on the circuit right now.
Yeah, it does.
So there you go. Yeah,
the biggest chump bash
there again. Too right. Yeah, I mean, these last 3 lists that we've been through are all witchcraft, so it's definitely equaling out witchcraft and alchemy in terms of popularity. Yeah. Whereas we've got like 0 occultism, 0 thaumaturgy. So there's definitely 0 Cosmo. Are you
going to correct me? I think Ali might have had a thaumaturgy.
Fine, all right, Ali.
But yes, there are. But to do your thing, there are some that aren't been taken at all. I mean, alchemy seems to be one of the bigger ones, but
so witchcraft.
Witchcraft. So, but it's a good list. It's got lots of surprising amount of shooting, especially with the 3 units with all CNI. Hoarders are in there as well, and all the stuff. The 2 units of Hellhounds, which is nice.
They pull a lot of work, don't they? The Hellhounds.
Yeah,
they really do. Yeah,
we especially like
on the Eadlands, which is interesting.
Yeah. We especially like his Harbinger on the. This is the Burning Wheel rather than the Sky Wheel.
Yes, Sky Wheel.
But he's cool model. And
in fact, this is a further iteration. Against me, Tony had like 11 spells. Against you, he had like 7 or 8, and he's slowly going down, isn't he? With his spells as he goes.
Yes, he's got 3, 6, 6, 7.
7 spells on this one, but he had a conclave on the Eadlands before, and against me he had a sentinel as well. So he's slowly reducing magic as he goes.
But doesn't need that. I mean, 7's still pretty good in terms of this magic phase. I think it's still doing well.
Oh, in fact, he's got a fire starter on the imps, so there's still an extra 1 in there as well. But,
good luck to Tony. Cool. Obviously, one of our club mates, so we confer him and Paul to do very well. And that is the end. Thus endeth the list review.
19-hour list review. Yeah.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. I haven't done a list review in a little while, to be fair.
Yes.
Obviously, it was completely inaccurate and no use to anyone. But that's neither here nor there, right? That's just BTG.
Absolutely.
So, no, I enjoyed that. That's good. I mean, it's good to discuss 3.0 generally because we have had quite busy schedules these last few weeks, and
We have.
like outside of 3.0 when it's hit. We would have liked to have done more content, but we haven't really had the chance. And this is really piquing our interest in the game. Not that we've lost interest, but we just haven't had the time to do it.
No,
but having Cardiff to focus on has been a real focal point for us.
Absolutely. So 20 odd people to this. There's a few other tournaments cropping up with 20 plus. Luke's one I think has 30. Yeah. 3.0 is well underway, and so are we back in the swing of things. Trying desperately to get hold of the rules or to grips with the rules. But yeah, if you've gone through this and we've messed up royally, please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tell us why we've messed up royally, and really give it to HyperG
for the weekend. That's it. Or you could keep it secret for the weekend. Win with whatever secret weapon you've got that we haven't talked about.
Absolutely.
And then put the comment on afterwards when you say, "I won the tournament because you didn't discuss this awesome thing that I had going."
Yeah.
Which would be hilarious because it will probably mean that you've 20-0'd me on the way through, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, looking forward to seeing some secondary objectives as well being played because I personally haven't tried them out in any of my practices, and this will be my first experience of this. Sticking with the 20.0 system, that's gone back in the hotfix, hasn't it?
So thankfully,
so nothing unusual in that respect. So no rankings mess abouts for Cluesy to do on the spreadsheets and all that. Can't wait for this. It's going to be good fun.
So, and do like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz because we do have a lot of content coming up. Make sure you check out the live little feed as well, because we've had some live ones recently. Looking forward to getting back into it, seeing all you chaps at Cardiff and tournaments after that as well. Thanks, HyperG, for joining me.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. Cheers, Lucky Lucas.
And as always, we'll be back very, very soon in your ear and eye holes.
Yeah, equally.
Yeah. We never favour one.
No.
But until that time, where we'll return to your ear and eye holes. Thanks very much, and see you later.